It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night, the only Survivor podcast for compassionate haters. My name is Jake Scheidel. Each week I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how's it going today?
Jake, I'm doing so good. Like I'm eating pie, and my name is James Franco, and I'm hanging out with my friend Spider-Man.
Wow.
So
They actually weren't friends in that scene, and he didn't even know he was
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's
at
right.
that point, so that's not the best metaphor, but go off, King.
You know, maybe I'm up to something too, because I think that was also maybe it was like that Harry was planning something. But
Tell me, how else are you like James Franco?
I had a crush on Linda Cardellini.
Fair. You also taught college?
No, but sure. For the sake of this bit, yes.
Okay. Your dad is the Green Goblin.
My dad is the Green Goblin also.
Knowing your dad, that's a very funny thing to imagine. Well, seeing your dad come up, be like, I'm something of a Green Goblin myself.
Yeah. What?
It's Joe Powell's face.
Not JP. I'm just happy it's, it's been real cold around here and it's been crappy, and now it's all melting and it's supposed to stay in the 30s for a while, so feels pretty good.
Hey,
we've had a lot of Mr.
Just like us.
Had a lot of Mr. Wind here, and I'm getting a little sick of him, so
bring him back. We miss him over here in Chicago, Illinois. Too warm. 40 degrees in December? What is this, global climate change? Thomas, speaking of global climate change and the globe and how it changes the earth, and people living on islands and all that, did you watch Survivor 47 last night?
Jake, I did, and I watched it twice, you could say, because it was a 2-hour-long episode. And I was not excited about it being a 2-hour-long episode, but I was very excited to get to say that again.
Yeah, it's your favorite bit, and you get to do it again next week because it's going to be another 2-hour episode. This week's episode, though, was called Bob and Weave, which is fine, I think, but kind of lazy. Because I thought when I saw Bob and Weave was going to be the episode title, I said, oh, I hope it's somebody doing like it sounds like the name of a morning show, like a morning radio show. I'm Bob, I'm Weave. Oh, that would have been such a good quotes quiz to do. Which one of you is Bob and which one is Weave?
Yeah, that's a classic question.
Thomas, can you take over the rest of the episode while I make this quiz real quick?
Yeah. Hey, how's everyone doing out there? You hear about this Survivor? It's a pretty crazy show. So the episode starts with oh shit, I didn't take notes.
Hey, that's my job.
Any birthdays here? Anyone here on a date? Where are you from?
You're asking so many questions.
Let me say something racist to you.
You know what I just realized? Speaking of the Green Goblin, your dad and Jeff Probst have the same initials. Your dad could be a JP number as well.
That's right.
Were you to ever play
with
Survivor?
Jonathan Penner.
Yep. And JP, whatever the JP who got voted out first's name was. And JP from Triple H. God, special episode of Remember Five Guys at the beginning of the episode.
Comedian JP McDade can be on there. There's so many JPs that could be on there.
So many JPs. So JP1 welcomes us to the 2-hour penultimate episode of Survivor. Now, I do love a double episode. I love an action-packed double episode. And I do kind of like it right before the finale. The thing is, 2 hours to focus on one thing feels like a lot. Ooh, maybe it'll be a special 1-hour episode. Like JP1 will come out. Okay, we know you're tired of this season. Here's a 1-hour episode.
Let's get it over with.
Season 47. We're sorry about this one. It's been fine. He talks about this season is all about ever-changing power and everybody's been on the top or the bottom. What did you think of that?
It's an all-switch season.
Perfect. I would love that.
We've got
Tops.
tops, we've got bottoms. Femme and mask.
We have tops versus bottoms as one of our simulated seasons ideas, but I feel like Thomas doesn't want to do it.
No, I do not want to do it.
I don't know why. It would be such a fun season. Thomas likes to prefer that everybody's a switch, and like that's just not the way.
I'm all
on
about
Survivor.
versatility. It's like how I like combo forwards in basketball. If I could have a team of
Yeah.
all combo forwards, I would do it. And that's why I want an all switch team.
Yeah. So rather than doing it on this show, Ariel and I are we're each making a tribe on The Sims. One of all tops and one of all bottoms, and then we're gonna do different challenges to them and make them live on the island in The Sims and see which ones drop out, and then eventually they'll merge and become one household. I don't know what we're gonna. Oh, we'll call the merge tribe first. That's perfect, because Survivor is all about versatility, adaptation, just like
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie Kaufman. Famous verse.
Just like how Charlie Kaufman, yes.
Sue complains about tribal council, of course. Does Sue do anything but complain?
Sometimes she like designates people as her children.
Yeah. Andy is thrilled about Operation Italy. How did you feel about the goings on of Operation Italy? Did you feel pretty good about it going into this episode? Did you feel confident for them?
I mean, I felt good about Operation Italy in that it was completed and successful.
Yeah. But just like the Operation Italy in real life, the end plan was not as strong as the beginning part of the plan. I feel like there was a more eloquent way to say that, but I lost my train of thought halfway through.
All right.
Could you tell?
You got there.
Teeny is confused about what happened to Sam, so Sam makes up some story that makes it seem like a happy accident. This felt bad for Teeny and Teeny's fans.
Yeah, them buying this was not the best.
Yeah. Rachel is considered the biggest threat, so now Teeny is siding with the Italian alliance. Teeny just kind of does whatever.
Watch how they switch. Yeah, Teeny does not have a lot of a look. We all love Teeny. Not much of a plan. So it's a very improvisational game.
Maybe that'll win them the game.
Probably not, but sure.
I've been on the wrong side of the vote every time, but everybody likes me.
I would love to see Teeny win. Not much of a case there, unfortunately.
What if they take out Sam at fire and then Sue and Rachel both drown?
Yeah, I mean, if everyone else died or was eliminated, I can see how that would be.
Might be
a path to victory.
Rachel follows Andy, Teeny, Genevieve, and Sam in the dark and listens to their conversation. This was fun. This was a fun little scene.
Yeah, it was.
Did you like how they cut the video out to illustrate how dark it actually is at night?
Yeah, I mean, with these though, it's like all I can think is like, how are you having a conversation and you don't see like a camera crew position just around the corner from you?
Jeff talks about this a lot, and he says they are constantly shooting everything. And part of the reason for that is so that the people will get used to cameras around and kind of forget they're around you. I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Jeff Probst's actually saying something smart on his podcast for once. That's nice. Sue goes looking for a second idol, so Rachel tells her, but she doesn't tell Rachel about her idol. Well, look at that. Big move from Sue. Really smart maneuvering, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I think that Sue played the idol thing about as well as you could for the most part.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really end up being a big move because it didn't end up mattering. But it could have. I mean, I think she deserves credit for it.
Yeah, had it mattered, it really would have mattered.
Yeah.
We then get to this challenge. I wanted to say before this season is over, The music in these challenges is like super dramatic, right?
Yeah,
Have you noticed
it's
this?
pretty dramatic.
It's a little over the top. Like, it sounds to me a lot like the most dramatic scenes in the Spider-Verse movies. Like, I don't know what that's called, but like that whoa, like that noise, whatever. They do that a lot, and I don't care for it too much. Anyway, go see Into the Spider-Verse 3. It's coming to theaters next year. Free sponsorship, free ad for a brand. You can send us money on
Yeah, give us money,
Venmo.
please.
They move the buoy through the obstacles and then do a puzzle. That's the challenge. Pretty good challenge, huh?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yes?
Yeah, they did a puzzle, and Genevieve did it real fast. Nobody's ever seen a puzzle that fast before.
Yeah. Winners get to go to the sanctuary where good things happen for steak, baked potatoes, wine, juice, and
Steak.
cheesecake. Did you like when Jeff said, big enough steaks?
And everyone just kind of groaned. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I
Everyone
like
was like,
that. That was
please.
endearing.
Everyone was like, why are you doing this to me, Jeff?
So it comes down to Genevieve and Rachel, but Genevieve ultimately wins, and she brings Sue and Teeny on the reward with her. Pretty great stuff, the Genevieve and Rachel dynamic this episode, huh?
Yeah, I've been liking the rivalry between them.
Survivor rivals. Survivals. Survive. Whatever.
I think that'd be a great season theme, Survivals. And you make
Yeah.
Jeff say that a lot. You make everyone else say it a lot.
So as rivals, do you feel like you're friends or enemies?
Survivals.
On Survivals. And it could be like a British themed. You know how he loves to do his British accent.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Sir Jeff.
Bring it back. Bring back Jeff's
Welcome to Survivals.
Shakespearean accent.
Then on the reward, Genevieve said she never doubted herself for a second. Just kidding, I was doubting myself constantly. Pretty funny stuff. Genevieve rules. Bring her back for Survivals.
We gotta have her for Survivals.
She tells them that she's voting for Rachel. Fine, whatever. Of course, they're Survivals. We get it. Teeny wastes no time getting into the wine and tells Sue about Genevieve's idol, which of course is fake. Great stuff. We love drunk Teeny.
The wine was talking.
I feel like we call them Teeny, but maybe we should call them Drunky, don't you think?
Yeah,
'Cause how they're always getting so
Great.
drunk.
That's a really good point.
Back at camp, it's a Gata reunion, and the boys tell Rachel that she's going to be next. Little do they know, Rachel's got an idol, though. Rachel tells Andy the perception of him is not great, and he will lose to Sam if it comes to it. This was good. Rachel courts...
Potentially
Yes.
shaping up in an interesting way for Andy here. There was a real lane that opened up.
What lane was that?
Well, we'll get to it.
Rachel courts Andy to make a final three agreement with her and Sue. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think if he'd gone with this, it's another thing you could say where it's like I was like never complacent in my game. I was constantly finding new moves to make to flip my position because otherwise I was going to end up on the bottom. And I think that this would have been a really big move for him to make potentially. And he, you know what? He would have stuck around for until the following elimination. And he went another direction with this, which was, I would say, suboptimal.
That's a very diplomatic way of saying it. I think I see what you're saying for Andy, but I don't think he would be able to illustrate that in the final tribal council without Rachel or Sue being like, he's a flipper. Why would you vote for a flipper? I feel like they would be much better about making that argument than he would be about fighting to not be on the bottom. Because they would all be like, yeah, why do you think you were on the bottom all the time? Because you're constantly jumping ship.
But I think the argument you can make that's an easy one to make is that he was never going to be like, that was the only way that he could get to the end. And like I think if he had managed to do that and get to the end and make all of these big moves when everyone assumed he was going to be the next voter was dead in the water, it's like I think that's a great pace to make for yourself.
Yeah, I I think that would have been really fun to watch. But instead, Andy tries to win Rachel's jury vote before voting her out.
Yeah, this is not. You should never do this.
It's a pretty bad move
This
from
is a
Andrew.
very, very bad move. It did not make him look good. And I think it was another thing too, where it was like, I think when Andy was making big moves, it was like, you know what, maybe I got Andy wrong, you know? And this was one of those instances where it was like, this is what I expected from you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He then asked Rachel if he could have her jacket after she gets voted out.
That's you. You'd think for someone who's claims to be a big fan of the show, you would know that that is a big no no. But
Yeah. Rachel says she and Genevieve are like Harry Potter and he who must not be named. Remember? Oh, that's what I should have done for Remember Five Guys, is Five Guys from Harry Potter.
oh, cool. Yeah, I don't. Can we not anymore, please?
I have great news for you, Thomas. I was very tempted to do a quotes quiz based on Harry Potter and Voldemort. There were too many, and they were all bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't imagine there is any shortage of Harry Potter themed BuzzFeed. I mean, that's like target demographic right there for BuzzFeed quizzes.
Absolutely. It was like, what percent Voldemort are you? So I like quick did a test. I was like, maybe the answer, like the results will be funny.
Jake,
They said,
are you sad now that BuzzFeed is basically just like pivoting to AI slop?
yeah, I'm trying really hard to not use it. It's bad news over there.
It feels like when Yahoo Answers went under, where it was like, this is a site that I didn't like, but it still managed to find a way to bring me joy. And it's like, it's
Yeah.
just being ruined now.
Yeah, luckily BuzzFeed.com/quizzes is mostly fine. Sue says she's not voting for Rachel. The Voldemort quiz. The results were you're 6% Voldemort. That's all it said.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, well, that's boring.
I always knew you were 6% Voldemort.
And then the other ones were like, pick a house. And then there was no
do you want to live in a
description.
house? Do you want to live in a what was the MASH? It's like house, mansion,
Yeah.
shack, or what was the A in MASH?
Apartment?
Yeah, I think maybe apartment.
Mansion, imagine. Ooh, I saw a $21 million house for sale on Zillow.com.
Whoa.
Another free ad. Man, I was hovering over that request the tour button. It looked wild.
You were thinking about it?
I was thinking about it. And then I heard about MJ, Michael Jordan's suburban mansion, selling for like $9.7 million. I was like, wait, the most famous guy in the world has a house worth half of what this other one is worth? Real estate's wild, man. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, let's get to this tribal council. It was kind of an accident that Carolyn went home. That's what they say. Obviously, lying. Rachel calls it bullshit. And then she gives a nice speech as if she knows she's going out tonight. She's like, take me out. How does that song go?
You said, I say, don't you know? You say, you don't know. I say,
No, yeah.
take me out.
Yeah.
And then she said,
And then
I say, I don't go. Don't move. Time is slow. I say, take me out. And then I do like her doing the Mark Henry fake retirement speech.
Perfect, yeah. That's why she wouldn't give Andy her jacket, because she had to use it to...
I thought it was cool that she was wearing a salmon blazer while she was doing this.
And then she lifted Jeff Probst on her shoulders and slammed
Yeah,
into
she
the
did a
mat.
world's strongest slam to Andy and then held up the title.
And you watched that happen in Grand Rapids.
I did. I was there. I was there for it. It was incredible.
It happened on your TV. Okay, so they vote, and then Rachel gets up and says, the only thing better than attending your own funeral is knowing you're going to wake up tomorrow. As the kids say, bars.
Yeah, Rachel pulled the call an ambulance, but not for me move on Andy.
There's so many good references to make when this
Yep.
kind of thing happens. So Rachel negates 3 votes. Oh, she also blocked Sam's vote, which was pretty sly, pretty slick.
Pretty sleeky, Sliss.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Andy gets 2 votes and is voted out. Pretty good stuff.
Yep. You could tell and the realization on Andy's face was great because he was just like, you know what? Fair.
Yeah. And that's why he has one jury vote to cast. Ben, then back at camp, Rachel had a ton of fun at tribal council. That's fun. We love to see Rachel happy. Agree or disagree?
I like Rachel. It is definitely fun to see Rachel out there thriving,
Surviving even.
surviving. Yeah.
She tells them about getting her idols. Genevieve claims that she also got her idol at the auction. Lie. Because it's fake. This island ain't big enough for the both of us. Either Rachel said that to Genevieve or Genevieve said that to Rachel, but I was not looking at the screen when this happened. So I think it just speaks to how accurate that is.
Yeah.
That
It's undeniable.
either one could say it to the other and they'd both be right. Sam looks through Rachel's bag for an idol and finds nothing. Again, illegal. Put him in Survivor jail. Do you think there should be cops on Survivor?
There already has been.
Good point. Cops versus Roberts.
Yeah, you want to have them there like when I want to see Survivor players getting pepper sprayed like the end of the Michigan Ohio State game.
Incredible
Don't
stuff. I
plant
love
your flag on
sports.
Survivor.
Sue is very proud of herself for making it to the final 5 with an idol. Great, Sue. We are all proud of you. You've done so much in your 45 years. Genevieve follows Rachel around while she looks for an idol. Did you know that she actually did not learn this move in a single day?
That's crazy. I don't believe it.
Rachel asks Genevieve if neither of us makes it to the end, who wins, and they both say Sam. I mean, I feel like they're right.
It was an interesting question, and it did make me realize how like thin the field had gotten beyond them. It's like Sam has absolutely no shot head to head against either of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam's only path to victory, I think, is going with Sue and Drunky, which I don't think is going to
The thing with that, honestly, I think between them, I think Sue has a better shot than Sam does. I think Sue played more of a game than he did.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I think that Sue probably has more allies on the jury.
I think it's
And I think more
totally
importantly,
fair.
she has allies on the jury that are persuasive and will go to bat for her. Like I think that Gabe and Caroline will both stump for her.
It doesn't seem fair that there was only one blood versus water couple on this season. Right? Like, it should all be blood versus water, because now she's just guaranteed a vote in the final tribal council because her daughter's on the jury.
It's true.
Seems like an unfair advantage, but who am I? I'm not the producer of that show. At the immunity challenge, I have to dig through sand under a log and then balance and stack balls on stands. Once again, it comes down to Rachel and Genevieve. This time, Rachel wins. Pretty exciting stuff here on Surivals.
Good old Surivals.
Back at camp, Sam tells Drunky that Genevieve's idol is fake. And then we get a flashback montage of Drunky being tricked by Genevieve. Yeah, of course you were tricked every time. You're drunk in every fucking episode.
Stop being so drunk.
You're going to fall. If you don't stand for sobriety, you will fall for drunkenness. You know who said
you'll
that?
fall for Fall Bride.
Yeah. So Teeny runs and tells Sue and Rachel about the fake idol, but Genevieve isn't sure she can trust it. I mean, I did find this interesting that like nobody can trust anything.
It is really funny to be in a
says.
position where you tell someone like, "Hey, the idol's fake," and they're like, "Well, I just don't know if I can believe you." Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Genevieve admits her idol is fake to Teeny, and the question becomes, can they trust Sam? No. His son is a murderer.
Oh my god.
Remember Son of Sam? Remember Five Guys, and it's all murderers?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, let's talk about these wildlife shots. We got Snake. We got a big shot of Roland the Bat and all of his cousins. How's the family, Thomas?
Family's good, you know. There's a lot more of them than I thought. It's a big family.
Yeah, holiday season, you know, everybody comes back home. We probably got like a crab and a spider or something also. Whatever, nothing new. But hey, in a couple weeks, brand new crop of wildlife. And this segment is going to breathe some new life into it in Australia. And you know they got some wild shit down there. Anyway, that's Tribal Council. Jeff says, let's start with the challenge. Wrong show, Jeff.
Yeah.
This is Survivor. This is Survivals.
I don't see TJ here.
Yeah. Drunky throws Sam under the bus regarding Genevieve's idol. I feel like this whole season has just been like Anxiety Island. That's what they should have called this season.
Survivor Anxiety Island.
That would be fun. Like, at least as a name. Teeny's never felt more confident. They've never been less confident. This threw me. I was like, I don't know what to think after this.
This is
Throw them in Survivor jail also.
This is cheating.
Too confusing
Outside
for me,
the spirit
a
of the
viewer.
rules.
Genevieve just spun them around in circles. Oh, yeah, of course, because you're drunk every day. It's easy to take advantage of drunk people.
Yeah, why are you spinning so much?
It's so fun to lie to drunk people. At a party that you're never going to see again? I'm an astronaut. Who cares? I've been to the moon. The moon landing was fake. Nobody's going to question you at a party if they're drunk.
You can lie about anything.
Feel free to interrupt me at any time, Thomas.
You can say to the president. I just wanted to see where you were going with that.
Yeah, as did I. I didn't like how it ended.
This is a lot of Jake. Jake, this is a lot of tangents you go on. Is the Michael Scott? Like, I don't even know where I'm going sometimes.
I feel so bad how hard I related to him in that moment. It's like, that's not a character I ever wanted to relate to. Obviously, I'm a Jim Halpert. Which one are you?
I'm a Toby.
Which one are you from Office?
I'm Toby. No, I don't know. What am I from The Office? That's a good question.
You know what website I bet can tell you.
Damn it.
Okay.
I'm Mark Proch's character from like the later seasons.
Okay, Sam reiterates everyone should vote for Genevieve, but no one trusts him. Then Rachel and Teeny whisper. Pretty good stuff, I think. This was fun, right?
Yeah, this was
a fun episode, or a fun Tribal Council, I should say.
They were doing "Don't Trust Me" by 303. That's what the live tribal stuff they were doing was.
Yeah. Did you know that song actually came out the year Teeny was born?
Oh, man. That's not true, but it feels true.
Right. Okay, so they vote, and Genevieve gets 3 votes to Sam's 2. Oh, she also admits the idol is fake in front of everybody. I liked this. This was a nice little bow on that. What do you put a bow around?
On that present?
Sure. Is that the phrase? I feel like Sue over here not remembering.
The cherry on top of that sundae.
Ugh. Yeah, but I was trying to make it Christmassy. You don't eat Sundays on Christmas unless it's the fucking communion wafer at Christmas Mass. Christmas.
That's a Catholic Sunday. It's when you pour wine over it.
Ew.
Communion a la mode.
Mm-hmm. Tasty stuff. Sue plays her idol and it's completely unnecessary. Whatever. Sam gets 2 votes. Genevieve gets 3. We have to say goodbye to Genevieve now. So I guess we're all Team Rachel now, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Like, I feel like everybody who was...
I was already Team Rachel, I'll be honest.
To be honest, I was Team both of them. I was just rooting for them to have a good time
Just rooting for a good,
there.
clean game. Yeah, let's have a good, clean election. That's what you were saying.
I feel like anybody who is on Team Genevieve is like the Team Nikki Haley who went over to Team Kamala Harris in the recent election. And just like Kamala Harris, Rachel's gonna win. Moving on to the points of the penultimate episode of Survivor 47. Thomas, you were going into this week had 35 points. I had 33 points, which is, of course, how old I am. You said Sue would win the reward. She did. I said Drunky would be on the reward. They were. I said the reward would be cookies. You said reward would be cookies. I said shower. Neither was true. You said Genevieve would win reward. She did. I said Rachel would win reward. She did. You said Sue would be voted out. She was not. She's actually going to the final episode. I'm going to be honest.
I forgot about the idol.
Yeah. So did everyone. I said Andy would be voted out, and I was right. So
Correct.
We now stand at 37-36. Your advantage, but just barely. Man, I know they just had steaks, but Outback Steakhouse or Applebee's might show up in the finale. You never know.
It's entirely possible.
Most viewers in the finale.
I wish that the Steak Authority had showed up there. That's a real missed opportunity.
Okay, so we have to go through Final 4 in order. So first, though, we'll give that some thought. First, who's winning reward at any point in the finale?
I'll say Sam is winning reward.
That's a good guess, I guess. I'll say Sue. Like, there's so few people to pick from anymore. Okay, what will be on the reward and or the final 3 feast?
I'm going to say mimosas are going to be there. Or I'll just say sparkling wine.
Oh, that's cute. I will say cake. Okay. Okay. And who's winning who's winning immunity?
I think Rachel is going to win immunity.
Yeah, fair. I will say Sam wins immunity. I don't know. I think just to be different. Okay, who is taking 4th place?
I'm going to say Sam takes 4th place.
I will say...
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Teeny takes 4th place. I think Teeny is going to lose fire making.
I'm going to steal your initial move and say Sam takes 4th place. Who takes 3rd place?
I will say Sam takes 3rd.
I will say Drunky takes 3rd. Who's taking 2nd?
Sue will take 2nd.
I am also saying Sue takes 2nd. And who is going to win the game of Survivor 47?
Rachel is going to win the game.
Yes, I agree with that. And I think so does everyone, it seems. And last time this happened was Survivor 43, which ended up being Grimace winning, which
You're right.
No one anticipated.
I really hope we don't have a Grimace this time.
Is Sue the Grimace of this season?
I think Sue is the Grimace of this season.
It's like, yeah, technically you won, but like, okay. I feel like there were better winners. There were better options to be a winner. Okay, let's look over Survivor 43, the final 6 at this point. Or for, whatever. Cody, Carla, Jesse, Owen, Cassidy, and Mr. Grimace himself, Mike Gabler, who was 51 years old and didn't even need to lie about his age. Do you think people will be offended when they find out Sue lied about her age?
Only because she didn't say that she was 40 several years old.
More people need to be referencing Jelinski at all times.
Yeah, come on. I
Okay.
don't think anyone's. I think no one will care. I think that's going to be one of those things where people just go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Thomas, we talked a lot about the rewards and the food they eat throughout this season. So, and of course, I did not send it early, but can you tell us the name of this week's Quopes quiz?
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me your majesty.
Oh, build your ideal meal and we'll tell you which The Office character you are. Did you just find this?
Yes, I did.
What were you going to do?
Been all I've been working on the last 10 minutes.
What was your other quiz going to be?
It was really good, actually. It was about Genevieve and Rachel's rivalry, their frenemy-ship. Would you rather do that one or the Office one?
Obviously, I want to do The Office one. What are we talking about here?
Okay, great. If we still have energy, we might do the. You know what? We'll do that one next week. That's what they call a forward promo. I don't know if that's right in the business. Okay, build your ideal meal, and we'll tell you which The Office character you are. That's the name of this week's Quopes quiz. That's how we're supposed to introduce this segment, but whatever. Combine your passions for food and The Office with this deliciously fun quiz by Walter X, community contributor with 2,330 points. Is that
Walter X, the community contributor formerly known as Walter Twitter?
The community contributor formerly known as Gunther Twitter. Wait, he's called Gunther now, right?
Yeah.
Walter?
Yeah, Walter became Gunter.
Great. How easy we forget. Okay, what's your go-to appetizer? We've got soup with bread, bruschetta, nachos, caprese salad, buffalo wings, mott sticks. I call them mott sticks because we're on a first-name basis, and that's what I'm picking.
You're picking mott sticks? I was thinking...
I fucking love a mott stick.
I'm going to go soup with bread. I do love a mott stick, though.
I'm just realizing I'm probably going to be Michael Scott, and I feel worried about it. There should be a question. Are you racist? And I'll say no. And then,
Plenty of time for that. That'd be great if they did this, and then the last one was just like, are you racist?
Just real quick, are you racist? Have you ever committed a murder? Choose your main course. Veggie stir fry with rice, chicken Alfredo, spaghetti bolognese, grilled salmon with asparagus, cheeseburger with fries, ramen. Damn, they all sound good.
I'm going to be honest, I don't love chicken Alfredo.
Lies. You're being silly.
I'm not really into a cream-based pasta sauce.
Okay, what are you going to pick? Salmon with asparagus like a nerd?
I'm thinking about it. I do love salmon.
I do too.
You know what? Yeah, I am going to pick that. How about that, huh?
Okay, guess what I'm picking? A fucking chicken Alfredo, obviously. I love chicken. I love Alfredo.
I had salmon at your rehearsal dinner, dumbass, and I'd do it again.
Well, too bad. I'm never getting married again. Select a side dish. Caesar salad. Grilled, garlic mashed potatoes.
Crisp Caesar salad.
Crisp Caesar salad. Sweet potato fries. Some of the thickest onion rings I've ever seen.
Yeah, those are some big ones.
Steamed broccoli, mac and cheese. Damn, these all sound good too.
They do. Garlic mashed potatoes, like no question.
You can't go wrong. I used to work at a restaurant that served delicious sweet potato fries. They had some sort of seasoning on it that made them.
Some people really hate sweet potato fries. I love them. I think they're great.
And they're wrong. They're wrong. You know what? I was thinking about onion rings, and then I remembered I already got the fucking greasy shit earlier, so I'm going to pick a Caesar salad. Ooh, just like Jim Halper would do. Pick your dessert. Oh, New York cheesecake, chocolate lava cake.
Wait, sorry,
fruit
no,
tart.
sorry. Let me read these like Jeff.
Okay, please do.
New York cheesecake, chocolate lava cake, fruit tart, tiramisu, ice cream sundae, and to top it all off, strawberry shortcake. Sound pretty good?
Worth playing for? Absolutely. I will say chocolate lava cake. And Thomas, I'm sorry, I don't know how many questions this is. I did not actually do a test run.
Okay,
So
I'm getting tiramisu. These are questions I at least. The problem is not necessarily that they're long. The problem is when they're a stupid quiz and they're long.
that's kind of the whole bit.
If you had,
okay.
no, I'm saying it's one where like you have to describe. Like last week's, you had to describe every single question to the listeners.
Oh, was that the riddle one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was hard. And then it didn't give us the correct answer even when we got it right. I thought that was funny, but okay. Okay, finally. Oh, that probably means this is the last one. What's your beverage of choice? Craft beer, sparkling water, iced tea, mojito, red wine, soda.
This is tough. There's some good options here.
Yeah, obviously all of them are good.
I'm a
What
fiend,
is
I'm a
this?
fiend for mojitos. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
You know, I don't drink mojitos enough. I really like a mojito whenever
tasty.
I have one, and I almost never order them. You know what?
It
I'm
was
going to go
between
with...
that and iced tea and sparkling water.
It was between 3 of the 6 options. Okay, I've narrowed it down to craft beer, sparkling water, iced tea, red wine. Since you picked mojito out already, I'm not going to pick that one.
Is the red wine going to be talking like it was with Teeny?
You know it. I'm going to enjoy a craft beer. Okay, Thomas, let's hear yours first.
You have a laid-back attitude and a great sense of humor. You know how to enjoy the simple pleasures in life, like a good meal and a good laugh. You're the most like Jim Halpert.
You're enthusiastic and outgoing, and you love to have a good time. You appreciate the finer things in life, like delicious food and great company. You're a lot like Michael Scott.
We proved it. It's been proven.
Oh, no. They didn't even ask me if I was racist or if I'd ever run a woman over with my car.
Yeah, they didn't ask me how much I make a face at the camera.
You are always making a face at the camera, and that's why I always want to FaceTime, but you're always like, no. You can't see my face.
Anytime that you ask me to FaceTime, I go, and you can't see it.
Oh, but I heard that. I heard that grimace, speaking of Mr. Gabler. Thomas, what's your social medias?
You can follow me at tom.tom, .bsky.social, or at tom.tom on X, the everything app formerly known as Twitter.
Oh, Gunther's website.
Yeah, on Gunther X's website.
The show's on YouTube, the Compassionate Haters Survivor podcast. That's the one you're listening to here and now. We've got another new subscriber this week, so the algorithm seems to be working. That's a note from last week. I forgot to delete it. What can people comment on YouTube?
We love the algorithm. We love.
Please comment. We love
Please.
the algorithm. We're trying to get it on our side. We haven't got a new subscriber in 10 days.
Come on.
We're desperate for these subscribers. Not to sound desperate, but like and subscribe, please. We're trying to get Jeff's attention. If Jeff Probst emailed us and was like, do you guys want to come out to Fiji to produce the next season? Would you do it?
I mean, I think I would have to, you know? I think it probably wouldn't go very well, but...
Why?
Because I've never done TV production before.
You don't have to do that. He'll just ask you, okay, how many immunities should we have? And you'll be like, 10. And be like, okay, good idea.
You got it.
You got it, bud. Should any of them be beware advantages? No.
Yeah. No, I would, if I could be involved in developing a season of Survivor, I feel like I would have to. To do it.
Our last poll asked Operation Italy. I guess that's not a question. The options were chef's kiss or bowl of pasta. Which would you have voted for? I know you didn't vote.
Man, that's tough. That's
sticker at all.
2 good options. I'd probably vote for the bowl of pasta.
Just like Jim Halpert. Except you didn't pick the bowl of pasta. You picked fucking salmon like a nerd. I picked the bowl of pasta. The audience picked chef's kiss, though, which is fair.
It definitely was chef's kiss.
Very good. Very well done. Started watching The Italian Job last night. I don't think I finished it. I think I got about 20 minutes in and then went to sleep. I did start at like 12:30 a.m., so that's probably the problem.
They call it the Italian Job because it feels like work to get through it. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, folks?
Yeah. I was clocking in at 12:30 a.m. to watch a movie. God, imagine watching movies as your job. What a dream. And then you don't even have to do anything, like write about it or anything. You just have to watch the movie. Is that a job? Can I live in a movie theater and also it's my job?
Yeah, it's like a houseboat. Living on a houseboat, but you live in a movie theater.
Ooh, can I live in a houseboat inside of a movie theater? That would be a fun little gimmick for a movie theater to have. Guy in a houseboat in one of the theaters. Okay, so I guess I am a little bit like Michael Scott.
Yeah, you are a little bit. And everyone there would have to be my friend.
Yeah, exactly. I get to watch movies with all of my friends, but none of them are allowed on my boat. What can people vote on in this week's poll? Genevieve versus Rachel. Who wins in a fight? No holds barred street fight. Genevieve or Rachel?
Yeah. Chicago street fight. No holds barred. They both have to wear jeans. That's honestly, I think street fights are maybe my favorite dumb wrestling thing because it's just like a no holds barred match, but you are required to wear jeans.
Yeah. It's the only rule. It's like the Mexican prison in Prison Break where there are no rules except for the one rule where if you want to fight somebody, you must wear jeans. I think that's good. I think that, what about, instead of a Chicago street fight, what about a Fiji feet fight?
This sounds,
now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, this sounds like someone involved in production has a certain proclivity for something. That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. So that's going to be the poll this week. To vote, you go to youtube.com/official haters survivor podcast/community. That's the URL if you want to vote directly. People don't really vote a lot in our polls, and I don't know why. Got to figure out the algorithm in that. Ooh, comment. We love the algorithm on the poll also. Maybe more people will see it then.
We love the algorithm.
We have a few shows on Patreon if you want to pay us, because the YouTube algorithm sure doesn't. You can find that at patreon.com/justpodcasts. Any of the shows you want to shout out on there, or any of the tiers even. Not even all of them are shows. Some of them you can just give us money for free. No labor involved.
I would say show-wise, trying to think if there's something I haven't. Oh, what's the is Just Scorpion the one that's about the like CBS shows?
Yeah, Just Scorpion's about I think it's the NCIS universe, the NCIS-averse.
If you really want us to watch the NCIS, it's going to cost you, but if you really want us to watch the NCIS thing,
we'll do it.
We'll talk about the episode
so many of them,
where there's two people typing on one keyboard at the same time to show that
like a little piano
to show
duet.
that they're hackers.
Oh, I thought it was a romantic thing.
No.
Damn. Is NCIS not a romantic show?
I'm sure it can be.
Any show can be romantic. Remember Fig Tales?
Hard not to be romantic about Tom Harmon. And is that what that guy's name is? That might not be what that guy's name is. Mark Harmon. His name is Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon. Yeah. I was going to say his last name is definitely Harmon. I want to say Dan Harmon, but I know that's not right. He's from Survivor 40 Several, Community. A lot of references to Community this episode, too. We didn't talk about that, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And then the other NCIS, it's like LL Cool J, and then the guy that played Robin in the Joel Schumacher Batman movies, I think, are on NCIS LA.
And the guy who played Fez on that 70s show and that 90s show is also on that show.
Wilmer Valderrama is on that? Crazy.
Yeah, he has been for like 10 years or something. Maybe he's on CSI, actually. I don't know. He's on one of them shows.
He's on a CBS
Is CSI
show,
still on?
Probably. There's some, I don't know if like regular CSI is anymore, but some sort of CSI is on there.
Oh, they rebooted it as CSI Vegas a few years ago. That's right.
Yeah. Who was the original CSI person? I'm trying to remember. Because I know that like Ted Danson was at some point.
That's such a good question. Okay. I am on the website for CSI, and it's got a lot of
it was William Peterson was the original lead in that of Manhunter fame, which is a movie that I love.
Marge Hellenberger, of course.
He was in that. He was in To Live and Die in L.A. He's in some good movies.
Gary Dourdan, George Eads.
Jake, have you seen Manhunter?
No.
You should see Manhunter. It's great.
Paul Guilfoyle. That's another name I've heard of. Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. You know what? Putting Lawrence Fishburne on your TV show, never a bad idea. Loved him on Hannibal. Loved him on the MacGruber TV show.
Why don't you marry me on the MacGruber TV show then?
Maybe I will. How about that, huh?
Well, if you do, make sure you have a great summer.
Deuces. And I'll have salmon at that rehearsal dinner too. How about that?
Okay, maybe I will too. Unless you have fettuccine Alfredo. I don't know what that.
Yeah,
chicken.
Chicken Alfredo. You got it.
Tasty.
What would you call this? Jake's bagel bits?
Yeah. When you have a bit in the morning, when you have a bit in the evening, when you have a bit in the anytime, when you have bits about bagels, you can do bits anytime. And that's the theme song to this Jake's Bagel Bits, a new segment. What do they call bagels on? What do they call? Hey Thomas, what you just had an everything bagel. What do you call an everything bagel on Survivor?
I don't know. What do you call it?
An all the fixins bagel.
Oh God.
Pretty good, huh?
Oh, I gotta tip my cap to you there.
Thank you.
That was pretty good.
I'm actually wearing a cap right now. It's from Central Michigan University, but more specifically, my dad's basement.
Yeah, fire up chips.
Fire up chips. Are they doing well in sports these days, do you know?
I didn't really look. I don't know that they're bowl eligible, so I'm gonna take a look.
Oh, right, because the only sport is football. I
don't think they're very good in basketball, if that's what you're asking. They were 4-8 this year. They are not very good in football.
Okay, what about female lacrosse?
I don't know.
What about Hogwarts game? What is it called? Muggle. No. What is the Hogwarts game called?
I don't know how they are at Hogwarts game. You're talking about Quidditch? Is that what you're talking about?
Quidditch, of course. Excuse me. Yeah, I remember our friend in college, Nick, being a part of that team, and we all made fun of him when his back was turned for that. As we did with a lot of things about that person, who remains one of my best friends.
He's a lovely person. Just absolutely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
That's somebody we should try to get on Survivor, honestly. He would be so good.
He would be great at it, yeah. I feel like
he is so sociable. He is so smart. He has such a, what's it, like a go-getter attitude.
Yeah, he would definitely commit to it. I think that Nick would be fantastic at Survivor.
I can't believe I've never thought about that before, but like, of all the people, I'm like, you should totally try out for Survivor.
Yeah, he would be awesome. I feel like it's important to have someone you know in life that you just at any time can be like, hey, you should. It's like how my dad always used to tell one of my cousins that he should go to Juilliard, and it's become a running joke between them at this point. Where it's like, hey, you're going to Juilliard, but I have two of my cousins that are a brother and sister that if they ever get a blood versus water season, I think they would run it.
Oh, nice.
Smarten up, probes.
One guy, Big Mo, two guys, little bitty Mo, three guys, four-eyed Mo, four guys, no Mo, five guys, eat Mo, five little guys named Mo.
You have five guys for me.
Yes. Sifu Elsop.
I believe is a Survivor player.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what season he was on?
I feel like I've seen this one.
Of course, you really liked Sifu.
Well, yeah, I was on that seafood diet. Yeah, which one was this? Because it was one that it's a number one. It's one that doesn't have a name. Was he on 45? Was he on 45?
He was on 45. Look at you remembering.
Yeah, that's just my favorite president. Just like how we get to have that again this season too.
Yeah, great. How about War Dog da Silva?
War Dog was War Dog on Ghost Island?
No. He was in that era, though.
Was he on Island of the Islands?
I would say split the difference, I think. I think he was in the one in between those two.
Which would have been, was he on Triple H?
No, it's a different alliterative one that isn't Island of the Islands or Triple H.
Was he on a Beauty Brains Brawn one?
No, it was the other alliterative one that isn't Blood versus Water or Blood versus
or Triple
Brains
H.
versus Brain. And not Triple H either.
Was
It's
it
the other alliterative
Edge of
one.
Extinction?
It was Edge of Extinction,
Okay,
of
yeah.
course.
These really do just like blur together. Like I think we talked about Edge of Extinction last week, and I already was like, "What one was that?"
Yeah, I did. As I was reading his name, I was like, why does this feel so familiar?
Yeah, I remember War Dog. Like I remember that's the name, but yeah, then I was trying to think of what season he was on.
How about a man named Guy Whymper?
Guy Whymper. I'm gonna guess Survivor. I don't know.
He's a football player, Thomas.
I don't think I've ever heard of this guy before.
This Guy Whymper. He played for the Giants, the Jaguars, and the Steelers back in the 2000s, I want to say, maybe 2010s.
He must have been like not a super high profile player, or I just missed him. I don't know.
How about Scoot Henderson?
I know Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson plays for the Portland Trailblazers. He was the number 2 pick in the draft, and he's been kind of disappointing so far.
Regular Darko Milicic. And our fifth guy, how about a man named Dick Pole?
Dick Pole, I believe, either played or managed for the Reds, but was a baseball player.
Yes, he played for the Red Sox and the Mariners, and then he also coached in some capacity for the Cubs, the Giants, the Reds, Sox, Angels, Indians, Expos, and the regular Reds.
Yeah. Also, his name is Dick Pole. That's why people remember him.
Also, his name is Dick Pole, which is very funny. Okay, so you get 4 out of 5. Pretty good. Like a fucking Arctic Monkey song over here.
I did not go out with a Guy Whymper.
You're going out with a Guy Bang, which is another thing you can find on the internet. Did you catch up? Did you find a theme within these 5 guys?
Funny names, I think.
Yeah, I guess. The funny names, I kind of ran out of steam after discovering Scoot Henderson, which
Scoot
was
Henderson
the first
is a
one
good
I
one.
found. I was like, what a good name. I tried to find other names like Scoot. Harder to come by than you would think.
There was a baseball pitcher named Boof Bonser. That would have been a good one.
I wish I had known that before this. That would have been perfect. So I looked up funniest names in sports. They came up with Guy Whymper. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Guy
that's
Whymper's
pretty
a guy.
good.
Dick Pole, obvious, very straightforward. They also tried to tell me Dick Trickle. And I was like,
Dick
I don't
Butkus.
think
There's
Dick
there's a
Butkus.
lot
Like, these
of
are all
those.
obvious,
Yeah.
right? Anytime your name is Dick, it's going to get a laugh.